NFL draft is right around the corner, y'all. And guess who's got 5 bold predictions for you today? Let's talk about it. What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Sports Sanctuary, where we talk about all things sports all the time. Today, we're going to be talking about the 2021 NFL Draft and 5 bold predictions that I have for this year. But before we get into all that, please, if you haven't done so already, please subscribe to the channel for weekly sports content. Hit that like button and turn on notifications so you can get alerted every time I upload new content to the channel. Now that we got that out of the way, let's go ahead and jump right into this list. And none of these predictions are in any order of importance, so I'm just going to throw them out there from just, off the top of my head. And the first prediction that I want to make is that I believe that the New England Patriots will trade up to the top 10 somehow, some way, and get themselves a quarterback. I believe this because Bill Belichick has made it quite clear this offseason that he feels the pressure and that he is not playing any games this year. He's pulling out all the stops to get back to the playoffs and prove that he doesn't need Tom Brady to be successful as an NFL coach. So I believe that he's going to try to get out here, make a splash, get him a quarterback that he believes that he can take into the future, that can get him into the Super Bowl. I don't think Cam is going to be there long term. I think Cam knows that. I think everybody knows that. But with that being said, that means that this makes me feel more inclined to believe that Bill Belichick is going to be willing to go up and trade some assets away, which is not usually the Patriot way. But neither is going out and spending whatever they spend in the offseason, like $150 million on free agents or some ridiculous number like that. That's not the Patriot way neither. But like I said, I feel like Bill Belichick is feeling the pressure. So I think he's going to go out here and trade up to get his quarterback of the future. That's my first pick, my first prediction. My next prediction is I think that Justin Fields will go in the top 3 picks or he will fall out of the top 10. I don't think... Okay, so New York Jets, everybody knows that Trevor Lawrence is supposed to be going number 1 pick, right? Right. And everybody believes that the New York Jets are going to take Zach Wilson. But I don't think that that's really set in stone. The Jets have been super quiet. You haven't heard nothing about none of that. I mean, other than the initial reports talking about that they were going to draft Zach Wilson. Whether you believe that or not, I tend to think that they've been real quiet, so I don't think it's set in stone. Yes, they could draft Zach Wilson like everybody thought they would, and that's perfectly reasonable, perfectly plausible. But I think that there's a sneaky little chance that the Jets could surprise everybody and pick Fields. Now, if they don't pick Fields and they go with Zach Wilson, I believe that the 49ers will come to their senses and pick Justin Fields. If they pick Mac Jones, that's going to be crazy. But if those 2 teams in the top 3, talking about the Jets and the 49ers, if they don't pick Justin Fields, there's a great chance he's going to fall out of the top 10. Because, I mean, if Atlanta doesn't grab him, which maybe they will, but if Trey Lance is still on the board, maybe they grab him. Maybe they grab Zach Wilson because they like him as being maybe a Matt Ryan prototype or something. Who knows what they think down in Atlanta. And then Carolina just made a trade. I mean, Carolina just traded for Darnold, and they just traded Teddy Bridgewater to the Broncos, who needed a quarterback. So if he falls past Atlanta, that's a great chance he's going to fall out of the top 10, which is crazy to me because Justin Fields is indeed the second best quarterback in this draft. If you follow this channel, you know that I've been saying that for a long time now. So yeah, I believe that Justin Fields will go in the top 3 or he will fall out of the top 10. And that's my second bold prediction for the 2021 NFL Draft. My next prediction, I think Jalen Phillips, the linebacker, is going to fall a lot farther in this draft than a lot of people think that he's going to. I don't know if it's going to necessarily be outside of the first round, but I wouldn't be surprised. I just think with his injury history, with all the concussions and all that stuff like that, I think that's going to scare a lot of teams away, even though he is a tremendous talent. Like, I don't want to understate his skills and ability on the gridiron. But with that concussion history and that medical history, that's really scary for a lot of teams who are looking to make pushes and have physical players because, as we all know in the NFL, every single week, high collisions, man, hard collisions that damage bodies and can do irreparable damage in some cases. And if he's already coming in with this history of concussions, I feel like that's going to make a lot of teams nervous. Even though somebody will pick him, they're not going to want to pay him top dollar money just in case. So I feel like he's going to fall, and then somebody's just going to grab him because his value is just going to be too good at the spot that he's at some point. So I believe that somebody's going to grab him. Next up, my next prediction, I feel like the Green Bay Packers are going to trade up in this draft. And I don't know exactly who they're going to trade up with. Maybe the Browns, maybe the Ravens, who knows? Somebody ahead of them they're going to trade with to try and move up and get a receiver for Aaron Rodgers. I believe this because, as we all know, Aaron Rodgers has been in the news quite a bit these last couple years, complaining about things in Green Bay. You know, they drafted Jordan Love. He came out and had the MVP season. He kind of threw his franchise under the bus, like, yo, they haven't drafted any wide receivers. Well, he kind of didn't say that, but it was implied in some subliminal comments he's made throughout the years and stuff like that. And if you look at Green Bay's track record, they haven't really drafted any wide receivers since he's been there. And he's been kind of taking that personal. So this year, I believe that they're going to be like, all right, let's give Aaron what he wants. Let's give him a wide receiver. If he doesn't get us to the promised land like we thought, man, we're gonna start cutting ties with this guy. I think that's where I think the Green Bay Packers and Aaron Rodgers are on a collision course to part ways. I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to finish his career in Green Bay like so many quarterbacks these days. Teams get tired of these quarterbacks. They want to move off them. The guys want to keep playing. They move to another team. They finish their career somewhere else. We've seen it time and time again, man, with the Mannings, the Bradys, and I don't think Rodgers is going to be any different, man. Montana, like, you just go down the list. So I feel like the Packers are going to go up, maybe trade up to get a wide receiver, try to get Bateman or somebody who's still hanging around, maybe Rondale Moore, one of those guys. I can see them doing any of those for that trade, just to get so they can say they did all they could for their franchise quarterback. And last but not least, coming in at number 5 or number 1, or however you want to do it, I think that Mac Jones is going to fall pretty far. I don't know how far, but I don't think he's going in the top 10. I would be shocked and surprised if somebody really picks Mac Jones at top 10, considering where his draft stock started as compared to where it is now. It would just be insane to me if that happened. Him being drafted at 3 by the 49ers, I know that's what everybody's been reporting, and I know that's what's going around the league. I just cannot believe that. Maybe it's my Ohio State bias because I think Justin Fields is the second best quarterback in his draft, and just to hear that Zach Wilson and Mac Jones are being considered to be better than Justin Fields, I just can't understand. I just can't wrap my head around it. It doesn't make any sense to me. And I figured that if the first 3 picks are quarterbacks, and Atlanta doesn't pick a quarterback 4th, I feel like the quarterbacks after that are just going to fall out of the top 10 at least, unless, like I said, the Patriots trade up and they grab one of those quarterbacks. I can see maybe Bill Belichick maybe coming up and grabbing Mac Jones at number 10 or 11 or something like that, because of, he's got a relationship with Nick Saban. He probably knows a little bit more about Mac Jones. He probably feels like he can put him in his system and get him to work out a few ways. Just spitballing here. I don't know this for a fact or anything. I do know that he knows Nick Saban, and they're really close. They've talked about players before in the past, so it wouldn't surprise me if he had some kind of inside track on Mac Jones that he likes, and he trades up to get him. But if that doesn't happen, I can see Mac Jones sliding way down. I think maybe if Trey Lance is available, I lean and think that Bill Belichick will probably go after Trey Lance just because he wants to get away from the Tom Brady style of play. Maybe he sees the NFL evolving with quarterbacks like Pat Mahomes, Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen, Kyler Murray. Like, he just sees the way the NFL is going, so he's like, okay, let me get me a Trey Lance, a quarterback that can do those kinds of same things on the field. So I can see that happening. But that's my prediction right there for Mac Jones. I do not think he's going to go within the top 10 unless he gets lucky by some stroke of miraculous, universal intervention, divine intervention or something. But yeah, those are my 5 predictions for the 2021 NFL Draft. What do you guys think? Do you guys have any bold predictions? Do you think any of these predictions I made are going to come true? Or do you think I'm just smoking that la? Let me know in the comment section down below, and let's talk draft. Let's talk the NFL Draft, baby. Like always, if you guys enjoyed this video at all, please do me a favor, go subscribe to the channel, hit that thumbs up, and share the video with your friends. Don't forget, I'm going to try to get a draft live stream going tomorrow and Friday for the first 2 rounds of the draft, starting at 7:45 on Thursday. Come here and get my reactions, just talk some football, talk about the offseason, get my reactions and analysis for what's going on in the draft, and let's just party and have a good time. Hope you guys like the new setup. It's not all done yet, but, we're working on it. Other than that, I will see you guys next time. Thank you for coming out and watching the video today, and I hope you guys have a great day. Stay blessed. Take care of each other. See you guys next time. Peace.